Welcome back, my friends. Casual Duelist here again. And yesterday I gave you guys the $30 budget for the Cyberdark deck. And this time it was actually just built on the Cyberdarks. Now I'm not going to do test hands today. Instead, I'd like to talk about some of the paths that you can take. Again, most of the time we're playing towards fusing into one of our two Cyberdark cards. So that you have the Cyberdark and you have the Cyberdarkness. This one's good. This one's better. Just is what it is. Let me set those guys off to the side a second. And again, if you guys haven't seen this deck list yet, maybe pause this, go back to my channel, or you know what, it's probably in the recommendations because it's so new. And maybe check that out and then come back. Honestly, it'll give you a better understanding. So that said, let's talk about my favorite starter in the deck. Now, I only run this at 2. And again, it's because I only have one option for it in all reality. So when I activate the Cybernetic Horizon, the way that this activates is you have to send 2 Dragon and or Machine cards that are also Cyber with different attributes to the graveyard. One has to go from the hand, one has to go from the deck. So most of the time, I like to have my attachment Cyber be my light. And again, if it's in my hand, great. If it's in my deck, still fine. It's one of the options. And then the other one just happens to be any Cyberdark card. Doesn't matter. Just pick one. Throw it. The point is, we needed this guy in the discard pile. Now after that, what we get to do is we get to add 1 Dragon or Machine Cyber monster from the deck to the hand. And again, this will be up to you, whatever you're feeling. If you're looking because you need another spell trap, chances are that I just grabbed the wrong one, didn't I? No, I was right. Then you'll grab the claw. If you need to grab a monster that's specific, you can grab the cannon. If you already have one of these 2 in your hand, you're fine. Pick one of the other cards that you want to play. Maybe you want to play Chimera to get into a power bond real quick because you have another spell in your hand that you could pitch. That's fine. Or you just have any one of the smaller guys that you want to turn into a beat stick because, again, all the original guys are 800 attack by, let's see, they're all 8x8. So that was all pretty anticlimactic. And with Cyber already in the discard pile, when you summon one of these to equip it, because it's equipped by their effect, they're going to gain the face value 1600. And then because Cybern is equipped, it's going to have its own effect, giving an additional 6. It's going to be 22. That's going to make these guys 3K, just right off the ripstick. And that's always a great way to start, is with a 3K no tribute monster. The only other thing you're going to have to do after you add that monster to your hand is then send a Machine Cyber Fusion from your extra deck to the graveyard. And again, the way that this deck built and the way that we can go into our Cyber Darkness real quick, one option is your Cyber and Dragon. Because again, we were using all the cards that came with the structure decks, and I didn't want to show up with a 6-card extra deck when I had the opportunity to just have all 15 with me for all 3 of the videos. Another option is you could throw a Cyber Dark monster or another Cyber Darkness, because they will still lead you into being able to play Cyber Darkness Dragon in the end, because you will need 5 Cyber Dark effect monsters to be in the discard pile. And again, they can be the same names, they can be mixed names. It's not as specific as things like Judgment Dragon, so just kind of feel it out, play it how you would. And again, you can only play one of these per turn. You can only special summon from the extra deck with machine monsters during the rest of that turn. But other than that, Cybernetic Horizon is a great card. Again, if you needed to get this, I want to say it was Cannon was the one that says it pitches for the spell trap. Nope, so it was Claw. You could discard Claw to grab this. I know it says Cybernetic Horizon, but the first text here is always treated as a Cyberdark card, so it's totally searchable, which makes it one of my favorite opening plays. And again, it's the reason I ran it at 2, if you guys watched the deck profile. I felt 3 was too cluttery. Plus, I did open once with 2 copies of Cyber already in my hand, and it didn't play right. So 2 was the way to go. But again, like Cannon can start so many, not Cannon, Claw can start so many of these effects by being able to search out the spell, get you the Horizon. If you already had the Horizon, you guys can go ahead and add the Inferno. This is our field spell. This field spell is amazing. So the base breakdown here is any Cyberdark effect monster that's actually currently equipped cannot be destroyed by opponent card effects or targeted by opponent card effects. So there's no Raigeki, there's no Dark Hole, there's no infinite impermanence on your card. There's just so many things that they can't do to you that you just get this big blanket protection. And additionally, another thing that you're going to be able to do is when you summon somebody, so like we summon the Edge, he's got that Cybern on him, so he's at 3k. You activate the field spell. We can bounce Edge. This guy goes to the discard pile. Because this one went to the discard pile while it was equipped, or because it was equipped, whatever, you're going to be able to special summon back a monster just based on his own effect. And then when you go ahead and you are allowed to perform your immediate normal summon again, you can re-equip it, or you can choose to equip a different card. So you can always try to set up your back row effects to whatever makes you the happiest, which is, again, kind of fantastic. And Claw and Cannon get cool effects too. Cannon lets you draw when it does that, when it goes as an equipped spell to the discard pile. And when the Claw does it, you can add back a Cyberdark monster card to your hand. So again, there's 3 very cool effects. We do get a Reborn, we get a Draw 1, and we get a Return 1 to hand. So that's always very cool. The Chimera actually allows us to special summon. Kinda. It allows us to add the Power Bond spell from our deck to our hand. The only cost here is we just need to pitch one other spell trap. It's a very good card. Again, this probably would have been a good addition to my Cyber Dragon deck, where I was just spamming Cyber Ends. I just didn't feel like the archetyping fit the theme I was going for. And that's the real lie, because the real truth is I just didn't bother to read him because of his archetype. I really should have had him in there. And what he's going to do for us is when we use the Power Bond or anything else, he's going to allow us to then also include the discard pile at the cost of us having to remove those cards from play. So again, I feel like this allows you to play the Cyber Darkness better. And again, once you've got Cyber Darkness, you've got extra negates just based on his own effect, based on how he gets equipped, which is great. The Cyberdark Realm is a good card here. When this one gets activated, you can add any Cyberdark monster from your deck to your hand with a different name from cards already in your discard pile. So the sooner you play this card in the game, the better. And again, if you end up using a Chimera effect to kind of reset the graveyard, then Cyberdark Realms got you covered, because you just reopened all those options again. So that's fantastic. Again, when you're done playing this one, you get an extra normal summon of his Cyberdark. So we do get the chance to equip again, allowing more of our monsters to get super strong, which is fine. For the most part, Claw and Cannon are always going to add that 16. So most of the time, your character is going to be like 2,400. It's just with the Cyber that they actually break to 3k. Again, you can only use that effect once per turn, and then if you equip a monster from the graveyard by the effect of a Cyberdark monster that activated when it was normal or special summoned, you can equip from your opponent's graveyard instead. So if your opponent's playing dragons or machines, and again, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very centric towards like spellcasters and dragons because they love Blue Eyes and Dark Magician. They do like the warriors, but those shift in and out seasonally. This is really a game of spellcasters and dragons. So, like, we do get the option to pick our opponent's dragons clean and start equipping their stuff, and maybe their stuff is stronger, which is fantastic. And especially when you're dealing with the Cyber Darkness and the Cyber Dark Dragon, where we don't have to worry about levels, this gets a little bit better. But it's just very good as a search anyway. And then really the last card I wanted to talk to you guys about was Invasion, because again, Invasion with the Cyber Darkness effect, which I'm realizing we didn't go over this video. Cyber Darkness must be special summoned if must be fusion summoned if it is special summoned. Equip one dragon or machine from your graveyard to this. Again, this could be our opponent's graveyard as well. Gain attack equal to the monster equipped to it. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can send one equipped card you control to the graveyard and negate and destroy. It also doesn't say it has to be the one equipped to this card. It doesn't say that it has a maximum of what can be equipped to it. And this is where Cyberdark Invasion can make your guys even stronger. Once per turn, you can target a Cyberdark effect monster you control, equip a dragon or machine from either graveyard to it as an equipped spell that gives it 1,000. Again, we're throwing the star levels out, or the attack levels out. No, I was right, star levels. The initial guys only care about 3 stars and lower. Now, again, Cyber will give 16 under this circumstance because it gives us 600, and it's going to be a spell for 1,000. It won't give the 16 plus the 6. Just because it isn't the Cyberdark card effect equipping it. It will be this card's effect equipping it. And then once per turn, you can send an equipped spell you control to an equipped machine monster to the graveyard, destroy a card your opponent controls. Gives you a little bit of spot removal to go along with that massive control. The other thing I think is kind of funny, because of this, you can actually raise Cyber Darkness effect or attack quite a bit, because it doesn't say that. It does say has to be equipped by that effect, so that's fine. I just went thinking things because I'm just a bit tired. You guys probably hear it in my voice today. But that's pretty much what this deck is going to revolve around. It's going to revolve around juggling monsters, specifically dragons from your discard pile. And again, they gave us 3 very good options. We're going to be juggling those in order to give ourselves the best spot controls and negations that we can. And I just love the interplay of all this. I'm going to tell you what, guys. I'm going to cut it short. Sounds like I need a nap. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So if you guys enjoyed this, maybe consider subscribing. If you haven't already, let your friends know. Tease me a little bit about being tired. That would be fun. Maybe you guys could bully me into a good sleep schedule. And I'll see you guys on the next video, all right? See you later.